random backgrounds. Random backgrounds works for 95% of people. It will very likely work for you. The only time you should ever change random backgrounds is if you notice that you are constantly getting background images that are not relevant to your subject matter or to your area.
Will this system add your saved backgrounds to the database to expand the overall database?
Great question, Wayne. No, it will not. So if you
Okay.
yeah. if you upload your own photos, so we know that those photos are your photos. We do not pay you for them. We don't license them from you, so they save locally to your account. Um, that's kind of a privacy issue for us. We, instead of adding them to our database for everyone to use, we wanted to keep your photos private. So anything that you upload, it will automatically it'll save locally to your device. Now, if you'd like to make a donation, if your spare hobby is photography and you want to send us a bunch of files, that you're more than welcome to. We would love to do that. But yeah, no, they will only save locally to your account. All right. Okay, next one we're going to talk about here very quickly is contact info. You guys are going to notice there's a toggle switch right there that says contact info. Everybody toggle contact info on. When you have contact info toggled on, everything that we answered right there in the profile branding section will automatically apply to your pictures. Okay, so when that is toggled on, all that information is automatically applied. You don't have to go in there and do it every time on your own. Okay. Now the next part here is colors. Colors are a little confusing. There's 3 ways to do colors. The easiest way to do colors is to leave colors toggled off. If you have colors toggled off, it's going to use a different color scheme every single time. Okay. What if you want your post to be the same color all the time? So that would be good for like branding, things like that. There's 2 ways to do that. If you toggle colors on, that's going to tell RealEstateContent.ai to use whatever color you currently have selected. To select a color, after you have colors toggled on, you will navigate to the right-hand side of your page and click on Edit, which is right across from Colors. There's a small button that says Edit. If we click on Edit, you're going to see a pop-up with a bunch of different colors in it. Okay. These are our preset color palettes. These are the ones that we have pre-designed ourselves that you are free to use. You can click on one of these color palettes and try it for your own. After you create content, you'll be able to see what those colors look like and decide if you like it or not. The last option is to create our own custom colors. To create our own custom colors, you will need to go into the editor and enter those custom colors yourself, and I will show how to do that. Okay. For now, everybody go ahead and click off to the left-hand side to close that color pop-up. And now we should be back looking at our advanced settings toggle switches on the right-hand side of the page. Okay. That's the last thing I'm going to talk about with all these toggle switches. So again, we should have random backgrounds turned on. We should have contact info turned on. And depending on what you want to do with your colors, you can have that activated or deactivated. Okay.
Can you delete the color palettes that are saved in there?
The preset color palettes you cannot delete. You can only delete the ones that that you save.
How do you do that?
To delete those color palettes, you'll have to go in through the editor to delete it. I can show you. Yeah. Okay, everybody now, again, that's the last thing I'm going to talk about for the advanced settings. If you guys have questions about any of the other settings in the advanced settings I didn't talk about, you can hover your mouse over the eye with the circle around it and it will it'll give you a brief write-up about what that does. What I want everybody to do now is to go ahead and click on Generate Content on the bottom right of your screen, that big red button. Click on Generate Content, and now you should see that RealEstateContent.ai is creating your social media posts for you for all those Fridays that we selected in March.
Hey, Kyle, the hashtags. Did we go over the hashtags?
No, I'm not going to cover the hashtags. I recommend leaving hashtags off. Hashtags are not effective for social media anymore. If you absolutely must do hashtags, then you can toggle that hashtags on and then add your hashtags by clicking edit. Toggling hashtags on does not mean that AI is coming up with your hashtags for you. It just means that you can add hashtags that you want it to use. Good deal. All right, everybody. What I want us to do for the back half of this course here today is I want everybody to switch over to my screen share in Zoom. Okay? So everybody should be watching my screen in Zoom right now. I'll give you guys a second to get over there. And there is no need to follow along on your account anymore. I'm just going to show you all what you need to do from my screen. Okay? So feel free to take notes, ask questions for this section here, but there's no need to follow along on your own account. I want everybody to go back to Zoom, and you should be seeing my screen where I am currently on March 2025. If you are not able to get there, please let me know before I continue with what I have to teach you. All right. So you guys can see here on my screen, I am on March 2025. I did the same thing that you guys did. I created Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn posts for all of my Fridays right here. So each of these boxes are a social media post. So if I click on this pink box, this is my Instagram post. Here are the pictures. Here's the caption. If I click on the blue box, here's my Facebook post. Here are my pictures. Here's the caption. Same thing, the teal box. Here are my pictures. Here is the caption. Okay. Remember, these are carousel style posts. Carousel style posts have multiple images inside of one post. Okay, that means it's like a slideshow. This is a very popular social media format right now. That's why we use them. That's why we default to that style. So that's why you're seeing multiple pictures inside of one social media post. Okay. The other thing that you guys are going to notice is all of these boxes that we just created, they all say unscheduled on them. Unscheduled. What that means is if that day and time passes and the box right there says unscheduled, if I go to my social media accounts, I'm not going to see any posts in there. It's because in order for these to leave your calendar on its respective day and time, you have to click schedule and approve. Okay. Schedule and approve. Once I click schedule and approve, you can see now it's changed this post from unscheduled to scheduled. So what that means is when March the 14th rolls around right there, and I have a post that says scheduled, it's going to publish for me automatically on that day and that time. Do not worry about posting times. Posting times do not matter anymore. Just let RealEstateContent.ai post on whatever time it figures out for you. No need to stress about the best time to post anymore. I promise. Has not been a thing for a couple of years. The algorithm took care of that. Okay. So what our job is once we've created our entire month of social media. So let's say we wash, rinse, and repeat that process. You click generate content, you choose your topic, you click generate, you choose your days. We already did our Fridays. So let's say you would do your Wednesdays now, and then you click generate content until you end up with a calendar that kind of looks like mine. So you filled up your whole calendar like that. The next thing you need to do is go inspect every post because that's what we should do with AI, remember? Just want to put our eyeballs on all these posts just to make sure it's saying what we want them to say. They look good. Everything looks good. Okay, we're good to go. And then we need to click schedule and approve to make sure that on those days and times that post will automatically deploy for us. Now you can go through each individual post and click schedule and approve if you want to, or you can click on the easy button up here. Right up next to schedule and publish right here, you're going to see there is an arrow. If you click on that arrow and then you click approve all, it will take everything that you see in this calendar and it will change it from unscheduled to scheduled. Essentially, it will click schedule and approve for every single post that you have in that calendar. So you don't have to do it every single one individually. Okay.
Is there a recommended number of postings per week, Kyle? Or you don't, my thought is you don't want to inundate people with too much content.
Yeah, good question. So my recommendation is 3 to 7 times per week. When I say 3 to 7 times, I'm posting on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn all on the same day. That's one. So posting Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, that's 3 times a week, even though I'm actually posting 9 times. It's because they're all on different social media accounts. Now, you mentioned, you don't want to inundate people. You don't want to overwhelm them. The algorithm's job, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, X, TikTok, the algorithm's job is to make sure that people are not overwhelmed. You're actually rewarded for posting more. We have people that are posting every day. You will not overwhelm people because not everybody is going to see your posts. If I post something on my Instagram, only 20% of my followers are going to see it when I post it. It's kind of difficult to understand. Basically, all you need to know is that you will never run the risk of overwhelming people with your content because that's Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn's job is to make sure that people are not overwhelmed. So my golden number, 3 to 7 times per week. Start off by posting Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and you can kind of up it from there. Go to 4 or 5 times a week if you want to. Yep. All right. So that is our basics of creating the content here. So we have AI, all of these posts in here inside of our calendar. We know to get them to automatically dispatch to our social media accounts that we have to click schedule and approve. We know an easier way to do that is to go up here next to schedule and publish and click approve all. One thing I want to warn you guys about is there is no unapprove all. So make sure that if you click approve all, that you are absolutely sure that everything in your calendar is good to go. What I mean by that is what we want to do is click on one of our posts and make sure that it is looking the way that we want it to look before we publish it. So let's take this Facebook post, for example. I've clicked on this Facebook post. I've looked at the caption. Caption looks good. Let's take a look at what the actual post looks like. Okay, so what you want to do is click on Edit Template. That's this button right here at the bottom. This is going to bring up our Canva style editor. So if you guys have ever used Canva before, this is going to look very, very familiar to you. If you haven't used Canva and you've been staying away from it, the good news is this is all optional. You do not have to do anything in the editor every time. This is all up to personal preference. If you want to change stuff about your posts, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to, right? So let's say I want to change this background photo right here. Okay, I like the text, I like the boxes, I like the style, but I want to change the background photo. Okay, so what I'm going to do is on the left-hand side of my screen where I see backgrounds, I'm going to click on backgrounds. Okay, so once I've selected backgrounds, I can scroll down and find all of the different backgrounds that we have on file. And if I click on one of these backgrounds, it will change that as the background to my social media post. Okay. I can also filter up top here by all of these different filters until I find something that I like. Okay. So we can do something like that, or we can even upload our own photos. So on my backgrounds tab, I see this button up here at the top left that says upload files. If I click on upload files, I can drag and drop my own images in here to my account. This is also what you would do if you wanted to click on save backgrounds. To access all of the images that I've uploaded, I'm going to click on uploads. And then I can see all of my images that I've uploaded into my account right here. Okay. If I click on one of these images, it will upload this as a background. Now, something else I can do, let's say I want to upload my headshots and my logos. So you can see right here, I've uploaded my headshots and my logos. I've imported these from Canva with a transparent background. And if I click the plus icon, it will bring in my headshot or my logo. into my social media post. You can save these as templates if you want to include those headshots and logos every single time. What you'll want to do is click on Save Preset right here on the right-hand side of your screen, and it will save all of this content. So this text style, the font style, the colors, headshot and logos, it'll save all of that as a preset that you can then access. Let's talk about these font colors and the text here for a second. So if I want to change the overlay, which is essentially these boxes right here, I'm going to navigate to the overlay section. And now I can choose from all of these different ways that my text can display. Okay. So let's say we want to do something like this with the rounded edges. From here, I can double click on the text, make it smaller, change the font style. Maybe I'll center it. If I right click on it, I can relayer it. So you see there, I was just able to send it backwards. My Canva fans will recognize that. Okay. So you can play around and get this thing to do basically anything that you would get it to do in Canva from inside of here, right? Again, all of this is optional. You do not have to do this if you do not want to, but I know there's a couple people in here that absolutely love using Canva. And if you absolutely love using Canva, then this is going to save you a heck of a lot of time because now you basically have Canva built in to your social media calendar. Very nice to do. Okay. All right.
Custom fonts?
What's that? Custom fonts? We do not do custom fonts.
Yeah.
On the top right-hand side of your screen, you're going to see a button that says Save and Exit. If you click on Save and Exit and then Save again, it will save all of the changes that you have made to your post. Right. Let's talk about videos, then we're going to talk about listings, and that'll be the last thing that we do here. So let's say we want AI to create a video for us. What we're going to do is we're going to click on the post, and then we have to change this post into a video. Okay, so we want to follow all the same steps that we did before. Choose a topic, click generate, choose the days, choose the platforms. Video works for everything, by the way. It works for LinkedIn, X, Facebook, Instagram, everything that we're doing. Once you click generate, you're going to get a bunch of pictures. What the heck? I thought we were doing video. It will always default to pictures. What we have to do is then change it from a picture post into a video post. The way that we do that is by clicking on Edit Template. And then up here on the top left-hand side of your screen, we're going to see a section for Reels. If we click on Reels, it's going to give us all of these beautiful pre-made video templates that we can choose from. We're going to click on one of those video templates, and it's going to change our post into a reel, just like that. Okay. Now, these reels, they do not animate the photos. It has nothing to do with the photos that you had before. It's a completely different post. That's kind of confusing, all right? So it has nothing to do with the previous pictures. These are just completely new videos. Now, these videos in particular, I want to talk about the style of these videos for a second, okay? So you're going to notice these videos are all very short, and they all have a call to action that says read caption. The reason that these videos are so short and the reason that these are formatted the way they are is because these are known as aesthetic B-roll style videos. Let's talk about what that means. So when we see this video on social media, here's an example right here. Okay? This video is very short. It's like 4 to 6 seconds long. Okay? When the caption says read caption, what a user is doing is they're going to the caption part of your video, which is right here. This caption is basically a mini blog post. It takes about 40 seconds to read. Well, if we have a video that's only 7 seconds long and it takes them 40 seconds to read the caption, that video is just looped 5 times in the background before they get done reading it. Okay, that makes one person 5 views. Okay, you can see how that works so well. That's why these videos are so short. That's why all of them say read caption. That's the idea. That's the trick that we're playing on social media by using these videos. Last thing here is listing posts. So here's my listing posts. You can see this one is an open house. I brought my headshot in here on it. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. It grabbed all the photos of the listing, and it was even able to create a caption for that. Now I have this going out to Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and X at this date and time, and I can see it right there on my calendar.
How many photos do you typically include in a post?
It varies on the post. So the normal is 7. I think we are at 7 for a carousel style post.
Okay. And that would be the same for a listing post, right?
Correct.
Okay, thanks.
So on the top left-hand side of our screen, you're going to see there's a button that says Create Property Listing Post. It's right next to Suggest Topic button that we used before. If you click Create Property Listing Post, it's going to ask you for a URL. You can use a URL from your website. You can use a URL from KV Core. You can also use some of the major websites, so like Zillow, Homes.com, Realtor.ca, Realtor.com, things like that. Basically, what's going to happen is once you paste in a link to a website right here, and then you click Create Post, AI is going to visit that website. It's going to pull all the photographs. It's going to grab all of the information, the address, the price, bedrooms, bathrooms, listing description, all that stuff. And it's going to use that information to create a social media post for you. Okay. Now, when you guys are using these links, AI does tend to work the best with the major websites. So using a Zillow, Homes.com, Realtor.ca if you're in Canada, XYZ, those do tend to work the best. But you're welcome to try out your own website links if you have an IDX feed or KV Core or anything like that. The worst that can happen is you put a link in here and then you click Create Post and it comes back with nothing because AI wasn't able to access it. It cannot access your MLS because AI cannot get around a login. Okay, so that's why it can't pull directly from your MLS because AI can't do that yet. All right, so it has to use a link from your websites or from a public website.
Listing to leads, URLs, are they any good?
We have not tested listing to link URLs, but you can try that out.
Gotcha.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I have not tested anything directly from listing to leads, but absolutely feel welcome to. Okay. That is everything that I have to cover here on the calendar. The last thing I want to talk about here is integrations. Does anybody have questions about anything I covered on the calendar before we talk about connecting social media accounts?
So once you save those backgrounds and stuff, is that then going forward, it'll use those backgrounds, or how does that work?
In what way? Like it when you're uploading your own photos or?
Like you went and just changed a few things in some of the posts. Is that on that post or,
Oh, good question.
you know?
So it is just for that post. It's not something that I changed. Like if I change a background here in this Facebook post right here, it's only for this Facebook post on that day. So it's not going to affect anything else that we have in that calendar.
So if we want a certain look and feel, then we would upload those backgrounds somewhere and then we could choose those backgrounds, correct?
Yes, you could. Yeah, it depends on what you mean by look and feel. So there's a lot of things that do that automatically, like your color palette. So if you
Mhm.
want to have the same colors, that's very easy to do in your advanced settings. And then it will just switch up the picture that you have in the background every time. You can even go as far as to do templates. So you can see here in my presets, I have, different template styles in here, just like this, that would include my logo and my headshot in this style every time.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of things here for look and feel that are pretty comprehensive when it just depends on what you're looking for. And then what I'll give you guys as well. So in the chat right here, I'm going to put in our support email for our support team, RealEstateContent.ai. So this is our support team email. If you guys need some help with your branding, so if you guys have custom colors or things like that, and you need some extra help setting that up, hit us up at support@realestatecontent.ai, and our team will make sure that that is taken care of for you. Let's talk integrations. Okay. So if you already have, or let's say if you have not tried to connect your social media accounts yet, I want you to use this YouTube link right here. I'm going to put this in the chat for you. Do this right here. Okay, that YouTube link is inside of the Zoom chat right now. If you go back to Zoom and you open up the chat, you will see it right there. It says how to link your social media accounts. If you follow that YouTube video, it will show you how to connect every single social media account that you want to. Okay. Now, the reason that we do that through YouTube is because we don't like to do our integration setups with a group setting over Zoom, just because we want to respect or protect the privacy of your passwords and everything for all of your social media accounts. So if you have not tried to connect your social media accounts yet and that still needs to be done, you can go ahead and follow the instructions on the video after you leave this call here today. If you follow those instructions and you're still having issues, please reach out to us on that support email, support@RealEstateContent.ai. So if you're having trouble connecting your Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, X, whatever account that you're having trouble connecting, you can reach out to our support team at that email address and they will take care of it for you. If you already have all of your social media accounts connected, your Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, X is all connected and good to go, then that is going to conclude the class for you. That's everything that you need. You guys now have your profile questions set up. You have a good understanding of how to use the calendar. We have good branding. And you now have the email for our support team in case you guys need any additional assistance. I will be sending out this recording at the very end of the day today via email, so you guys can always go back and review this recording if you need a quick refresher or update. All right. Does anybody have any last minute questions before we go ahead and close it off?
Kyle, you mentioned earlier that there would be another session on setting up the colors or your branding. When is that tutorial going to happen?
Do you want to do custom colors? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yes. I've had everything. So I had another firm look after a lot of my social media posts for the last couple of years, and I had worked with them to select my branding colors, and I've sort of started to work on that within real estate content, but I just wanted to finalize it.
Absolutely. So I'll show you real quick how we can do that, just so you're not waiting around for another session. So in here, after you've created a social media post, if you click on any social media post, so let's do something like this. Find a good one here. Sure. And then click on edit template.
Right.
What you're going to want to do to set up your custom colors, first thing is going to overlay. And then you're going to want to select one of these two back overlays right here.
Okay.
The reason I like to use these overlays is because these will use every single color at one time, so you can get a really good idea of how your colors will be affecting everything moving forward. The next thing you want to do is up here at the top where it says advanced settings, go ahead and select dark, and that's going to remove any transparency. Okay. So once that's set up, you're going to want to navigate to colors on the bottom left side of your screen. Here you can see all of those hex codes. My recommendation to you, everything that says text color, so text, subtext, and contact text color, you want that to be white. Everything down here, you can play around with the colors. So let's say if I change this accent color to pink, it will change in real time.
Okay.
So that way you get a good idea of what these colors will actually look like before you tell it to, create a custom color palette for you. Okay.
Okay.
So let's say you got all your colors in there, you've played around with it, you've got it the way you want it. Right here, you're going to click on Save Colors. In this bottom right corner of this color section right here, there's a button that says Save Colors. And then you'll select Save As. Once you do that, if you return to your advanced settings right here, and then you select Colors Toggled On, and then you click Edit, you will find your custom color preset saved in here. Click on that color preset until there's a red box around it, and then select Save, and you'll be good to go.
Good. Thank you very much, Kyle.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you all so much for joining here today. I will send out this recording to you guys by the end of the day today. Make sure that if you have not yet connected your social media accounts, that you follow that YouTube video that I provided in the chat here today. Anybody else that needs any help, reach out to us at support. If you see a link for our weekly training call inside of your account, this is my weekly training call. So if you join that weekly training call thinking you're going to learn something different, it's going to be exactly what you just heard here today. So you're always welcome if you need a quick refresher to join that weekly training call, but don't expect any new information. We're going to be talking about exactly the same things that we did here today. If you just need to join and ask a quick question, you're more than welcome to do that, but it might be a quicker use of your time if you email us at support, and we would love to help you there. So hope everybody has a good day, and I will be sending out this recording. Let me know if you guys have any questions. You can respond back to me via email. And I hope to be hearing from you guys all again very soon. Thank you all so much.
Cheers.
Recording stopped.
You're up.